Hey, it's Caroline, career and leadership coach, and today I want to talk about your resume. Now, this is specifically for a six-figure resume, so anybody who is a senior professional who wants to step up into a director's role, executive role, C-suite role, whatever it is, this video is for you. Now, what I want to tell you also is that you probably have been looking at your resume completely the wrong way. And the reason I want to tell this story is because one of my clients, Mark, came to me and highlighted a problem that I see time and time again with senior professionals. And the problem is that they don't understand the purpose of their resume. A couple of things I need to say on this. The nature of your resume has changed dramatically. It used to be a document that represented clearly everything you've ever done, was a true and utter representation of you and your work history. These days, it's nothing like that. Yes, of course, you need to still have the outline that speaks about what you have done in your career, but it's a selling tool. So you need to look at this as a sales document. Is this document representing you in the best possible way that will sell you in for getting the interview? So the purpose of your resume is to get you the interview, not the job, just the interview. In the interview, you talk about all the skills and experience that are relevant for that job so you can actually get that job at the end. But let's talk about your resume again. So here is what most people don't know and where they go wrong. So my clients that are going through the Career Success Program are all senior professionals with over 15 years experience. Their resume is most of the time a beast, like 4, 5, 6 pages long. And they find it extremely hard to condense that into a 3-page document or a 2-page document. Now, on this note, I just want to say, in Australia, it's perfectly acceptable to have a 3.5-page resume. In Europe, you have more of like 2-page resume, 2, 3, and in the US, it's more 1 page, 1.5 page. So it's different for every location, but the principles that I teach are the same everywhere. Now, let's go back and zoom in on that resume, and the biggest problem that I see that practically nobody really thinks about is, so you have like so many years experience, over 15 years experience. So you try to put in your resume everything that you have ever done. And the problem is that you don't get interviews for jobs that you can do and that you have the skills and experience for, that you can do standing on your head, walking backwards, but nobody's giving you a shot. Now, this is the reason why, because your resume isn't clear. So that was the problem Mark had. He had like a 5-page resume. Everything was listed, what he'd ever done. Probably he started his resume back in uni, just when he just graduated, and added things on as you go in your career. But that doesn't work anymore. So your resume needs to be selling you and needs to be clearly representing what you can do and what you can bring to the table. So you have your resume, and you have to think about what is going to be your story. And that is the core of your resume. Your story is your pitch, the reason why employers should hire you. And that is the core of your resume. So once you have defined that, I want you to think about your job market from a senior manager's, director's level. I want you to visualize that as 100% of the market. Now, most people try to appeal to that 100% of the market, listing everything that they ever done on their resume. Now, here is where they go wrong, because you don't have to appeal to 100% of the market, because that's not going to work. If you communicate anything, then you will understand this, because if you try to communicate to everyone, you're not communicating to anyone. Your message is not going to get through. So you need to know your target audience, because that way you can really hone in and customize whatever it is you want to communicate. So that's where it comes in, that you need to know yourself. You need to know your story. And what most people then say to me is, Caroline, I can do so many different things. My story could be a lot of different things. And I can guarantee you that's not the case. All my clients, they have over 15 years experience and they can do a lot of things. There is always an overarching theme, something that really drives them, something that makes them unique and really articulates the value that they can create. That's what I want you to zoom in on, is that uniqueness, because that is your story. So if you have your story and you translate that to your resume and you have 100% of the job market, like I said, I don't want you to focus on 100% of the job market. I want you to focus on just a little piece. And that piece is the perfect job for you. A job where you feel challenged, fulfilled, somebody that will value what you have to bring to the organization, somebody that will pay what you're worth. Those people I want you to focus on because they are a match for the value that you can create. So it's a little bit backwards than what everybody is saying. It's not about trying to fit the mold and trying to appeal for 100% of the market, because reality is you will never do. Try to focus on that specific area of the market that matches exactly what you want and the value you can create based on your story. Now, if this resonates with you and you want to see how I can help you get there, book a call in with me. I will pop a link below this video. In the call, it's just going to be you and I talking about your current situation, understanding where you want to be, the roadblocks that are stopping you, and how I can help you get there faster. That's basically it. And at the end of it, if you want my help implementing the strategies that we discussed, then we can talk about that too. So I will pop a link below and I will talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.